What it do? What it do? We back again. Candace on the Cannon Part 2. Let's get right into it.
That was my instinct. I was like, this is not black music. Why am I hearing what sounds demonic coming out of people's mouths and what they're speaking about? And some artists have spoken out about the fact that they're being told to produce demonic music.
See, and again, I'm glad you brought that up. The overarching, I believe either you said something like this in the past, but I know I'm paraphrasing here, that we probably believe the same thing, that ignorance, fear, and confusion is the devil's dominion. In that sense, so that's where we're easily controlled, when we don't know, when we're scared, or when we're confused. And a lot of what I hear you saying is that it's not rooted in what we would deem as factual, like you're an avid reader like me. Like I'll read anything and try to understand it, but it's also like, all right, well, show me the evidence, which normally is like science, of that there are people controlling us through our music. Now, as a faith,
Nick Cannon is playing dumb like he don't know music, all forms of entertainment, music, movies, television, it's programming. Music can dictate your mood. You listen to certain songs, it can make you motivated. Certain people listen to certain songs when they exercise and when they doing certain things. You can listen to a song, it can make you mad, it can make you happy, it can make you sad. It can make you want to go crash out, go hurt somebody, do something to somebody. Why is he acting like, oh, music? That can't be. This is just genuine natural progression of music. This is all that is. It's obviously not an agenda. I'm like, what? Anybody with common sense, and Nick is a smart dude, I don't know why he playing these games. Anybody with common sense, who's been around, who's not like a fucking idiot, I don't know how else to put it, can clearly see there's an agenda here, that nothing positive is being pushed in media or music, I don't see nothing positive nowhere in media, nowhere at all, for like the past 7-8 years, consistently nothing but negativity and nothing to benefit you in any way, or nothing positive. And for you to sit here and act like, oh, it's just, I don't see anything going on.
Base individual.
It's disingenuous to me.
I truly believe in spiritual warfare. I, at least for my own psyche, I can say, okay, I see what's happening in black music and in hip hop. I don't think there's a secret meeting going on that, and I've even heard about the secret meeting. I'm like, why? I want to know who was in those meetings that they were saying, I need you to say all of the horrible things about black men and black women. I need you to input.
Let's just say there is no secret meeting where a bunch of powerful rich people is just sitting around with a bunch of candles at an Illuminati meeting talking about, oh, we need you to do this and we need you to do that. Even if it's natural for these artists that they just naturally came about and they exist, which is probably true, why are they getting record deals? Who was these people that was like bumping Sexy Red before she got signed? Who was these people that was big Sexy Red fans or Sukiyana fans before they got mainstream and they started pushing them to the masses? Who was these natural organic fans that was always there, this big fan base that they already had, to where the record company had to be like, oh shit, they already got, like, we might as well. It didn't exist, brother. Because you listen to their music videos and you go through the comments, it's nothing positive.
Satanic influences into songs and signs and symbolism. Like, to me, that is an energy that, or a spirit that can come upon people to make you want to do that, especially based off of their circumstances. If all I know is pain, strife, anger, hate, I'm gonna now, put that back out or regurgitate that to my own community. And that in itself is a cycle of darkness and low frequency that we can be removed from. But to say that there's like these secret people coming in and telling us.
I don't think they're secret. I don't think they're secret at
And
all.
I don't think it's a secret. I think
there
it's
have been multiple
bold
artists
in
that
your
have spoken out
face.
and said
This is
that
what we're
producers have
doing.
encouraged them to.
But yeah, that's
Are we
an
supposed to just not
individual.
but is that not to believe them?
That's an individual. So
The fact that it's happening is a problem. Whether it's with one artist, 2 artists, 10 artists, the fact that they're telling them we need you to spice this thing up is a problem.
Sure,
because,
but
like I said, I
Because
can
that's
find
you basically
the devil,
encouraging
I
them
can
to
find
put
the devil
out
in gospel
degenerate music.
if I wanted to.
You can't.
But I can also say I can find the God, I can find the good in every aspect, whether it's Hollywood or not. Like there's
Can you
multiple
though?
things where
Are you fucking kidding me right now? You can find the good in anything. In anything. In anything? Come on, bro. Stop playing with me.
where if we even understand what entertainment was designed for, it ultimately is to relieve us of the stresses that.
And that's the thing. He making it seem like people is going out their way looking for these conspiracy theories and looking for bad. And bro, it's bold in your face, bro. It's in your. They pushing it in your face heavily. Why are you acting like, oh, I couldn't fucking. You gotta really be looking for that stuff. Like, do you have to really look for it, or is it not bold right there in your face?
Everyday life brings upon us.
Right.
So again, you operate each and every day in a space of like, look, I'm on the front lines and I'm literally trying to help people understand and get clarity and hear the truth. But when that becomes confusing or it becomes rhetoric, and now I just see people with great brilliance just arguing back and forth about things that ultimately are not creating any gain for either one of the individuals, except for maybe ego to say, oh, I was right, or oh, I read this. Like, knowing your position and knowing what you can offer to the world, how do you differentiate between like, all right, I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna do nothing but speak, against, the trans community, or I'm gonna speak against Black Lives Matter, or whatever that at the moment where you can say, clearly you're brilliant enough to be like, all right, I don't have to go out there with my sword swinging. I can take a softer approach. I can accept. I can love everyone, give everyone an opportunity.
Why though? Why? I love her approach. Her approach is what everybody that don't believe in the stuff that's going on right now, I think they should take Candace Owens' approach. I don't see nothing wrong with it. Your approach is the problem. And your approach is the reason why we're here. Because your approach is, oh, just leave them. And just, when you do that, this is why we're in the situation we're in now, and society is fucked up now because of that way of thinking. You cannot take your foot off their necks
and still get the same message across, because like you just said, goodness is ultimately going to be the one to prevail, if you truly believe.
Is it? If you don't fucking say anything or don't do anything, goodness will not prevail. We will lose. We're losing now. That's why we got to the point where we are now. Because we fucking sat around and let these motherfuckers take control and run rampant and push this bullshit upon us. You have to speak out. Everybody that's not with it need to speak out and say something. And then we will win. If we don't, we will lose. What are you talking about? Just sit around and just let it happen? Eventually it'll go away. No, it won't. It's only gonna get worse. That's with anything. You give a motherfucker an inch, he's gonna take a mile. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, goodness prevails when good speaks out. We can't just sit back and do
What the
nothing when
fuck?
we see it.
You
We
have to say
call it
something.
we
You just
see
sit
it.
You're gonna be
around.
like Peter and just go cut everybody's ear off.
Yeah, I'm not even.
But Jesus was like,
Like, what are you
fall
talking
back.
about?
Give my man his ear because he needs to hear this process.
I think it's interesting because I don't find myself to be offensive. I just think
Everybody else does.
I know. That is correct.
I
And
don't
think
either.
The reason for that is because people.
No, not everybody else does. People, them people, of course they do, because it goes against everything that they're trying to push. So of course it's offensive to them. But I don't see nothing wrong with what she's saying. She's not spewing lies and propaganda. She's spewing truth.
People don't like hearing the truth, and I think it's because they know it's the truth deep down, and they have like a visceral response.
And I would agree with you. I would definitely agree with you until we start jumping into these spaces that sound very conspiracy theory. I used to be that guy. I was that guy that was like, they're trying to tear us down. And then to your point, which you often speak of, that becomes a victim-like mentality. So my message started to often being like, yes, the world's fucked up. Yes, there's so many, there's more enemies than we know. But I know the God within me and the God that I serve is gonna have them all fall to my feet.
Bro, stop that bullshit. Stop that bullshit. Stop that bullshit right now. Where if I just sit around and do nothing, God will protect me. No, he won't. No, he won't. No, you'll lose. The devil will get you. God is not going to come down with a magical shield and fucking protect you from all these degenerates. It's not going to happen. Nope, sorry. I'm sorry, you got to defend yourself and protect yourself and your family. God ain't going to help you, brother. So stop with all this. But God got me. Like, no, he don't.
I walk into the room because I know the energy that I possess.
Yeah.
So therefore, I don't have to come in guns blazing. Because if we know the truth and we know ultimately that goodness will prevail, then why can't I lead with love and cut them off with compassion?
Well, I just don't think it's guns a-blazing to say, you know, only women can give birth. And that's what I'll say, and people will lose their minds. Like that, I will be like.
But you'll say that in a setting of people who can't give birth.
But my point is just that it's just the truth. I'm not even here like I'm not showing up.
Like, come on, what are we talking? So wait. Let me get this straight. So if you say something that's 100% true, it cannot be disputed, and somebody gets offended by that, that's somehow your fault? No, that's your fault for getting offended. I can't stop you from getting offended by something that's factually 100% true and it cannot be denied and it will never change no matter how much you want it to change. I cannot jump out my window and start flying. No matter how much I want to, no matter how much I get mad and upset and I want to cry, it will never happen. So who gives a fuck if you're offended by the truth? That's your problem. That sounds like a you thing.
People are at and in their faces, they just don't know how to accept my audacity to just keep saying the truth. That is what, because I've thought about this. What is it
most
about
people
me
fold up,
that people are so triggered by? And it's my audacity.
On neck
because we live in a world where people will bend to the spirit of evil. They will bend to the spirit of nonsense. They will allow every part of their reason to be stripped away so that they can fit in. And again, this gets into, and this is not conspiracy. In fact, we should stop using the word conspiracy theorist because we know that was a CIA term that they entered into the lexicon.
And people do that and use that word to discredit what you're trying to, you sound like a conspiracy theorist, to discredit what you're trying to say. When what you're saying, it could be 100% true about conspiracy. It's no conspiracy, brother. It's a fact. What are you talking about?
Following the shooting of JFK. So they say the word conspiracy theory. That's all.
The theory is the only thing that's the problem. The conspiracy to conspire is not an issue.
Yeah, but that is the truth, and that is why we should just call it out when we see it. This is what's happening. These people are conspiring. Like that's what I do. And here's a document you can look at to see when they've done it in the past, and this is what's happening now. And I also listen to people. I don't gaslight people. So if an artist comes to me and says, I've been told to record something demonic, or I had a conversation with Amber Rose, and she a couple of weeks ago, and it was a lot of her telling me that she was basically just being pushed by...
You see the size of that goddamn ring on her finger? But that ring is disgusting.
People that you need to be more sexual, you need to be more sexual. I accept that obviously at a certain point, and this gets into why you were saying why I won't bend for money. I wouldn't do it. I'm built different, you know? But I also acknowledge that these people are being pushed in a certain direction.
Give me a minute.
You're being told, can you make it sexier? I will not accept. The conspiracy to me is to try to convince me that the times have changed, and we went from, in the black community, producing Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston to what really black people really want to hear right now is Sexy Red. And so that's the reason why these record labels are going to Sexy Red and offering her a deal. I refuse to believe that. Okay, so yes, power is held by these labels when they go out, and I don't mean that as any disrespect to her. What I am saying is that
all of a sudden garbage music is the word of the day.
Okay?
Like, you think that's by accident? You genuinely think it's by accident that nothing but garbage music is being pushed? No, brother. It's not by accident. And people just fell in love with garbage, and people IQ, I do believe society as a whole IQ has dropped. I genuinely believe that, but no, not this much.
Your spirit. You and I know that.
There's been brothels and strip clubs and stuff since the oldest profession.
I'm talking about music.
So
right?
okay,
You're talking
and
about
like you
music,
said,
you're not
And
talking
I'm
about
talking,
porno.
yes, and you are correct. But Confucius said,
We're not talking about porno, brother. We're talking about music. What are you talking about?
listen to the music,
and you'll be able
yes.
to know the
And there's a reason for that.
society.
He knew this. This Chinese philosopher knew this back when, and this people who, in my viewpoint, have a lot of power in the music industry also understand that. There is no reason to fight to put filth on the airways and then try to convince people that it's free speech.
Because it's
in fact,
profitable.
I will tell you
It's
a non-conspiracy that you can look up right now, and I'm going to blank on his name, but there is a guy, and if I grab my phone, I'll be able to look it
If
up.
something is inherently detrimental to the masses of people, I mean, I was about to say, are you gonna, you know what I'm saying, back it? Yeah, people will, because money trumps all that shit. So he's right at that point.
Literally on his Wikipedia page, it literally says, we created pornography, because I believe the eyes and the ears are the window to the soul, to crush Christianity. He said in an open statement, this is why we created pornography. This is why we and this was back in the 70s. He was the person that brought hardcore porn to the scene. He was like, this is the reason why, to crush Christianity. He said this openly.
100%
So it's not a
that.
conspiracy when a person is telling you why they control the pornography industry and what they're trying to do. And pornography impacts spirit. Okay?
Pornography
It is
definitely
making
impacts spirit.
people want more demented and more deranged. They don't even know what healthy sex is. All of this is not by accident. So when they outwardly
That's
tell
true too. And the one reason why I believe that, I remember when I was a kid, I mean, I'm not that old, but I remember probably like 15 years ago, even eating ass, that was not a thing. That wasn't even a thing in the community. I remember when that became popular. I would say, I can't remember the exact year, but I remember Kevin Gates. I ate booty. I'll never forget it. And then like a few years later, that became the thing. Every bitch want to get their ass ate. It's like, what the fuck? Like, when I was coming up eating pussy, that was like, oh, you eat pussy? Even that was kind of like taboo. Like, man, I ain't no pussy, nigga. You crazy? I ain't no suck ass, nigga. I ain't no pussy, nigga. Woo woo. Now eating, if you don't, nah, bitch, talking about they want their ass ate, bitch, you better get the fuck out my, bro. I'm glad I don't fuck with degenerate, filthy, bottom feeder women like that, because never in a million years. I'm gonna eat. You crazy?
tell you what they're doing, and I'm gonna get his name for you because I want to make sure that people can look this up.
It'll be in the
People, motherfuckers not even satisfied with regular sex no more. Motherfuckers want all type of sick.
On his Wikipedia, where he literally said that. This is why we control the pornography industry, to crush Christ. We hate Catholics and we hate Christianity. Now you say today, is that a conspiracy? If I quote him, and I'm gonna have to get his name because otherwise people are gonna be like, what is his name? What's his name? And I'll pin it whenever you put this episode out.
Yeah.
But I thought there's no way this person. Sure enough, he said it. I'll tell you who he is. He was the founder of Screw Magazine.
Right. I mean, and that sounds logical. Like, to me, that's not as far-fetched as there's the
conspiracy is against Christ. That's my belief. I believe, and that's why I say you have to start with understanding that there is a conspiracy.
Okay.
But it's not a conspiracy theory. There is a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy.
And it is a conspiracy against Christ. Okay? Which is why I say,
Spiritual
how is
warfare.
Hollywood, how is it plausible that it is a literal inversion of the Bible? They don't agree with one point, not even one point of the Bible. We can't even say women and men are different anymore. Like, can we agree on one point? They're like, no, we have to take the Bible and say everything about it is wrong.
But can we zoom out just a little bit?
100%
and just
true.
even to your point, if there's a conspiracy against...
And I've been saying that for a few years now. I'm not the smartest man in the world. I'm not no scholar. I'm not no rocket scientist. I'm not no professor, no PhD. I'm not no goddamn revolutionary. But I just have common sense. And I've been saying this for years. It seems like everything that was now good is bad, and everything that's bad is now good. Everything is just flipped upside down. It's like, that don't seem weird? Not everything that was once a bad thing is now a good thing, and it's pushed and encouraged, and everything that's a good thing is now a bad thing. Oh, we not doing that. Morals? What the fuck is wrong with you? Moral dignity? No, we're not gonna have that. No, we don't do those.
Christ, which is your spiritual beliefs of, like, this is the right way to live your life. The good way.
The way, the truth, and the light.
The truth and the life. There's a balance in that sense of, like, there's good and evil. So in that, why can't we just say, because you're talking spirituality, you're not talking individualism. You're not saying that this individual is looking to, or even like the man that you just described, he was saying he had such a vitriol response to organized religion or whatever, Catholicism, that he was saying, I'm going to do something in this space to therefore try to tear that down, which we know he can't tear it down because it's the ultimate power, it's the truth, the way, and the light. So we can point fingers at that individual, but you can't say that he's he's the one ultimately controlling all things evil just because he's the one that spoke out against
No, but I was
porn.
just saying that if I had not produced, this is one of the founders of pornography in America. So like, how did we get to this? How do we start from everyone's going to church, families are together, to now OnlyFans, right? Pornography was introduced into the American psyche for a reason, and it is.
And it's literally getting worse and worse. It's girls, as soon as they turn 18, they start on OnlyFans, bro. They not even stuck thinking about, oh, I'm gonna get a job, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna get me a curtain. Nope. Selling that monkey straight out the gate.
A war against your spirit. It is meant to disrupt your relationships. It's meant to pollute the idea of monogamy. It is a weapon. I want to be very clear. Pornography is a weapon.
And they not even thinking, you selling your monkey at 18 years old, you basically setting yourself up for failure for the rest of your life. They don't even think about that.
Okay. I'm going to have you look up Sav, founder of Screw Magazine, Al Goldstein.
Yeah.
Go to his Wikipedia page. You'll find the direct quote of what Al Goldstein said. I actually want you to find the direct quote of what Al Goldstein said about Christianity. Now, if I had said it and it wasn't Al Goldstein, I'd be called a conspiracy theorist. Right? This is one of the weapons. Pornography is one of the weapons that is being used against Christ. And people today, you have to go all the way back and you go, now people go, oh, it's about First Amendment. This is not about the First Amendment. Okay? Watching people essentially, what I would say is act out a demonic fetish is not. Okay, they understand that it's real, but they're going to tell you that this is just free speech. No, you are watching.
Or liberation.
This is not liberation. This is enslavement. You are watching rituals. Demons are jumping inside of you when you watch this stuff. Now, I wouldn't have said this when I was in high school because I learned in high school, in health class, in sex ed, that it's healthy to watch a little bit of porn.
It was healthy to do that.
Do you not see a conspiracy in that?
It was healthy to do that.
To know what's going on?
No, it's not, because that's not what's going on. They're setting your tastes.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. These are the taste makers. They are setting your
taste
tastes.
buds.
This is not normal, and it's getting more and more deranged. So when you see this explosion of men that are homosexual, my husband has a theory that all pornography is homosexual porn because men are watching other men have sex with other women. But anyways.
Think about that. Matter of fact, we're going to end it right there. No, we're not going to end it.
The point is that it's inspiring people to want more and more deranged, demented things. They pursue that. It is a demon that possesses you.
Never satisfied.
What they do is they very slowly introduce more demonic things. So it used to be, it's just pornography, a woman and a man having sex.
That's what it was. I'm telling you. Watch porno from 30 years ago, just for an experiment. Go watch some porno, the old pornos from like the 90s and the 80s. It was literally a man and a woman having sex. A lot of the times they didn't even oral sex is new. That's new age bullshit. People wasn't, bro, you think your grandmother and your grandfather was sucking each other pussy and sucking each other? No, they wasn't giving oral sex. That was not a thing. And then it went to, we fucking, it was just two man and a woman having sex, no oral sex. They would just come in, how you doing, you cute, and they would start having sex. That was it. And they all had a bush too. That was another thing. Bush was a big thing back in the day. Now, it went from that to oral sex to threesomes and foursomes and eightsomes, and then putting your penis in every orifice, in her mouth, in her booty, her ear canal. Every hole must be inserted in. To they want to get their ass ate. To where now getting dudes again, they ass ate. Bro, what you don't see it's getting worse and worse. Where are we headed to? What's gonna be next? It can't get no worse than this. Come on, bro. Come on, brother.
At least
she knows what she's talking about.
Then it became like it's gonna be gay. Then it became now it's gonna be trans. Then it came she's gonna dress up like she's 14 years old. That is introducing to the palate pedophilia.
100%. And we're gonna end it right there. We're gonna end it right there. She's speaking facts. Look into it. It's a fact. We're gonna end it right there. I'll be back to y'all with the last part 3. Like and subscribe. I'll be back to y'all with another one. Let's go.